在这样的一个大家庭里面，有非常多过去非常多优秀的前辈还有我的一些师哥师姐，所以能够加入到这样一个名人堂里面，我非常的骄傲，非常的开心。
For me, I think this is a good for me for my career, and also can encourage more youngster players.
Two of the most dominant men's singles players of their generation, Lin Dan and Chong Wei, were the newest additions to the BWF Hall of Fame in May 2023. Between them, they contested 5 Olympic and 10 World Championships finals. Li collected 69 titles, while Lin's 66 included 2 Olympic and 5 World Championships gold medals.
Well, I think for every men's single player around the world, and maybe every badminton player, you have been inspired in some way of those 2 players. I've watched countless of hours of them playing on YouTube and other video platforms since I was a kid.
他们的这种对于比赛胜利的那种渴望、拼搏精神，我觉得都是所有这种晚辈值得去学习和尊重的。
我觉得所有运动员都想像丹哥一样，这是每个运动员的梦想，双圈大满贯嘛，是吧？
Lin Dan does it again.
I can still get motivated by watching the 2008 final, Olympic final that was, and the 2010 final from the Asian Games, and I can keep on finding those moments where those 2 just changed badminton or men's single in certain aspects.
Chong Wei takes it.
那时候我比较小，还没打到他们，就是在电视上面看，就觉得哇，就是一个遥不可及的存在这样子。
Both of them really carried themselves throughout their career. I think they really made a lot of people, not just in like China and Malaysia, but in other countries also, to take up badminton.
我非常的荣幸，今天能够和我的对手、我的朋友钟伟一起进入名人堂，谢谢。
我觉得我每次比赛，我每一年看我老婆，看她多一点，看我老婆少一点，看林丹多一点。
因为我跟钟伟其实，我们一起比赛了非常非常多年，我们从2000年就开始对抗，一直到我们30几岁退役，其实20几年的时间。 很少有男子单打能做到这一点，而且我们2个比赛通常都是在最顶级的赛事，我们进入到最后，所以会被更多的媒体跟球迷所印象最深刻。对。
They have played each other 38 times or something like that, and nobody has been playing against each other that many times.
21 of the storied Li-Lin rivalry battles were finals. In the overall head-to-head, Lin came up on top 27 times out of 38. More than the regularity of their meetings, it was their contrasting personalities, fierce competition on court, and genuine friendship that drew unprecedented worldwide attention to badminton.
网球之前就费德勒跟纳达尔，那我们羽球就是林丹、李宗伟，就是大家一讲就只知道他们2个人。
我觉得这个其实是非常难得的，因为当你站在顶峰的时候，你一定要需要一个对手来去，不光说是衬托或者是相对抗吧。
但是同样2个很强的人在一起，而且是整个10年左右的时间，我觉得这个是很少见。
There's also part of the rivalry between the 2 that Chong Wei had trouble defeating Lin Dan when it mattered most, but in normal tournament play we saw Chong Wei win, so people knew that he could beat him, and they stood out as the 2 very, very best.
Penonton setiap kali mereka bermain, especially di Olympic, di World Championship, the biggest tournament, mereka sangat menunggu.
所有的不仅仅是球迷们很期待，每一次都是邻里大战、世纪大战，包括我们自己队员都会有哇，今天又林丹和李宗伟了，明天又怎么样了。从中能看到他们俩的这个影响力真的非常非常大，带动了这个羽毛球的这个关注度。
在场下可能就是朋友，在场上我就是不服输，我要去跟你争个你死我活的，这种特质吧也是非常难得的，我觉得，因为不是一般人能够去做到，说是，我在场上跟你有这么大的竞争，我下来还要跟你在那儿，说比较友好吧，我觉得。
我相信竞争一定是有，但是打到最后其实不是太在乎那种输赢的感受，他们俩是一个相互成就的感觉。
Well, I think their playing style is different. With Lin Dan, his skills and the way he hits his shots and the disguised shots he has, it's really hard to play against. And with Chong Wei, simply, the sheer power and the speed was really tough to deal with.
The speed in the game was one thing, but also the way that they were playing. I mean, can you remember Chong Wei with the speed in his feet, but also lying down on the court? Lin Dan did the same. With the incredible body speed, back again, ready to receive the next rally. And I must say that they were outstanding, those two guys.
For Lin Dan, breaking records came with ease during his glittering career that lasted 2 decades. The Chinese superstar was unrivaled when it came to major titles, walking away with 2 Olympic gold medals, 5 world titles and 2 Asian Games gold. He was also instrumental in helping China claim 5 Sudirman Cups and 6 Thomas Cups. By any measurable standard, the extraordinarily talented Lin was one of a kind.
Lin Dan stands out from the rest in the fact that he really didn't have any weak areas in his game. He was strong physically, he was a fantastic technician, he was strong mentally.
不管是遇到什么样的对手吧，他总是能把自己最好的一面这种状态去发挥出来，我觉得这个是比较难得可贵的。
对于场上的节奏啊、控制啊，其实真的是最好的吧，就是可以让对手就是没有想到可以有这种节奏，虽然你知道在那里，可是还是没有办法。
His intelligence on court, you always felt that he was 1 or 2 chess moves ahead of you, so you're always catching up, and the only way really to compete with him was to get an early lead, then you had a better chance. So personally, I never succeeded. He was just way too good for me.
我觉得他强大的是在于说，每一次你碰到他，你都会觉得很难去赢他或者去冲击他。打着打着，可能就会被他的整个的气场，或者他这种求胜的欲望，或者他的这种状态，或他的成绩，会慢慢的让你会失去信心。再加上他的技术，他的各方面都是最好的。对，所以我觉得压迫感很强。
Well, he puts his own kind of body and soul into his way of playing, and for him it was either you do or you die, and he wanted to show the world that he was doing it, and he did it.
他就是很敢去做一些变化，就特别是关键分的时候，好的球员跟普通的球员分别出来，就是在关键分的时候，他们就是敢做出一些技术，然后又能把这样做得特别好。
Lin Dan's mental superiority also gave him the edge. He thrived in high-stress situations, transforming pressure into motivation and doubt into determination.
I really love the kind of game that he plays. It's about handling the pressure and it's about executing, what you want to do. So I think he's like the master of it.
其实他压力很大，但是他有这个能力去面对，所以你在他脸上反复看不出来他压力有多大。
我觉得他还是知道怎么去释放他的压力，他可能不会在场上给你看出来，可是在房间他可能会紧张吧。我有问过他，08年奥运会的时候，他说他是对着镜子，就是去发泄、去喊、去释放，所以可能他紧张的一面我们看不到。
其实他自己有他自己宣泄压力的一种方式，可能平时自己会看看新闻、看看电视、看看剧啊，就是在比赛期间。然后呢，更多的他其实还是会让自己静下来，他不是那种喜欢去太吵的地方。
或者陪他吃饭、煲汤，他在房间以前都会煲汤。他好像对吃，我觉得很认真，知道怎么晚上要喝点汤，要补一补。
At the age of 28, Lin cemented his legacy as the only player to compete a Super Grand Slam by winning all 9 major titles in world badminton. Right till his retirement at 37, Lin's relentless pursuit for perfection saw him adding another 19 titles to his already impressive resume.
我觉得丹哥做得好，就是说他拿了冠军之后，我觉得他的目标永远不会满足于现状，然后他会不断的去挑战自己，突破自己。
Seorang dulunya, seorang Lin Dan pun struggle ya. Especially saya dengar dari dia dari cerita bahwa dia struggle di Olympic 2004, almost give up, dan dia fight balik untuk menjadi seorang legend. Bagi saya itu karakter lebih penting dari hasil yang dia tunjukkan.
他的这种不服输呢，还是会就是让你非常难受。然后因为你会觉得他可能到了最后的阶段了，你可能觉得他可能不是那么在意这个，但他对这个场上的输赢是非常在意的。
我会觉得林丹是属于那种不太说话，很认真的正常训练，很能吃苦。所以以前的李永波教练说过一句话，说任何的队员训练可能都会有一些偷懒啊，不认真，但是林丹的训练他从来不担心，因为他不会偷懒。
比如说今天我们可能哪怕是没有打一场的比赛，打一些积分，打一些什么，他前面打得不好输了，他一定要赢。前面输了多少没关系，我最后是赢了，那可能今天的这个训练就可能觉得还不错。
其实训练很苦嘛，但他会跟我讲过一句话，他说他很享受这个苦，他喜欢这种肌肉酸痛，还有训练痛苦的这种挣扎的感觉，然后再站起来的感觉，他很享受。他能成功，我觉得是有道理的。
Nicknamed Super Dan, Lin was badminton's biggest superstar and crowd puller. His colourful and flamboyant personality was a breath of fresh air for the sport.
Well, I think it was good to have a superstar from China being outspoken and also, changing the image a little bit of badminton. I think without knowing him personally, in that sense, he's always been a little bit of a rebel. Might be a hard word, but one with his own opinion and daring to speak his mind and being confident in that matter.
他属于那种会表达，他不是那种不说话的人，这就是他的个性嘛，这也是很多球迷喜欢他的地方。
That's what the audience like to see. They like to see emotions. They like to see either bad losses or great wins.
他的这种有时候会发脾气，或者有时候有情绪，但是他也是为了能更好的打好球。我感觉这些教练还是非常理解他，所以配合得很好的一点就是相互理解。
整体来说，他就是非常有个性的一个选手嘛。说他有 tattoo 啊这些东西，那就是有自己的风格吧。这些顶级球员就是因为跟其他人不同，所以他才能产生就是非凡的成绩嘛。
其实他场外反而不会是那样的一种状态，好像跟比赛的时候不太一样。你看对小朋友的这种状态，和小朋友在一起的时候，他那种贴心的这种感觉，好像和他在场上不太一样。打完球去他家里吃饭，他会给我们做饭，他很喜欢做饭做菜，他炒菜炒得很好，做了一个鱼，炒了2个青菜，所以我觉得好像生活上的那个林丹就是和我们普通人一样嘛。
An ordinary man with extraordinary heart, Lin Dan's legacy, his relentless pursuit of excellence and wizardry on court will forever be etched in the annals of badminton history. The pride and the most decorated Olympian of Malaysia, Chong Wei's induction into the BWF Hall of Fame was another feather in his cap. Lee won 3 Olympic and World Championships silver medals, bagged a whopping 69 titles, and spent an amazing 349 weeks as world #1. His speed and agility were unmatched, propelling him to the pinnacle of the sport.
你在场上看见他就是可以鱼跃啊，什么技术啊展现啊，就是感觉就是一个技能包啊。
他给我的感觉，他的在场上的威慑力会比较强一点，就是因为他的整体的速度能力非常的快，他给你就是一种你接球有一点应对不暇的感觉，就是觉得好像打完了这球又过来，打完球又过来了这种感觉。
sometimes when he did his diving defense with great accuracy, and he stayed there. He stayed on the floor to see if his opponent was getting to his return, and only then he would get up. So he was so fast.
He gathered all those knowledge and experience from every coaches and to develop another skill set of himself.
还有一个就是他对于这种球与球之间的这种节奏感，我觉得很强。其实进攻的时候是需要用力的去攻对方的，但他我觉得一个是可能自身的这种协调性啊，或者是这种整个的移动本身就比较快，所以在场上他会，我觉得他哪怕是攻，我觉得他攻得很流畅。
他不会是一个球路，而是很多球路可以去转换，然后他的动作隐蔽性又很高，你永远都猜不到他要打哪边，所以你在场上你的精力集中力又要更高。
Chong Wei.
Lee ruled the court on home soil, claiming the Malaysia Open a record 12 times. His first triumph at the age of 22 fueled hopes of his nation's first Olympic and world titles. Lee did progress to the final on 6 occasions, but 4 of those were defeats at the hands of his nemesis, Lin Dan.
I think that the pressure for the major event just kept on growing, and then going up against the likes of Lin Dan were a little bit too much. With Chong Wei's unbelievable strength, they just matched Lin Dan's strengths, and he was a little better. I would say it's too bad that Chong Wei didn't win a big one, because he definitely had the level, and in some way he also deserves it a little bit.
虽然他没有拿到奥运会或世锦赛的金牌，但是觉得他就是跟我们一样，就是一直在追寻这个目标，然后才有这一个动力继续去往前。
I think for most players is hard to deal with throughout a career is to stay hungry and to deal with everybody's expectations, and that's also the pedigree of a top player like himself, were able to keep that momentum going throughout. I don't know how many years, but it was a long time.
With each loss at a major event, the disappointment grew, and so did the pressure from his badminton mad nation. Facing scrutiny throughout his 19-year career, Lee embraced the pressure and soon became an icon of mental toughness.
This is very difficult to handle. You have to carry that kind of pressure to all tournament, like major tournament.
He doesn't show us any emotional, like, wow, I'm down. But I think, and I know that he got talked to coach a lot after match, Yeah, but what is the content, I don't know.
Lee Chong Wei di Malaysia, pada waktu itu the only one player yang boleh make it big impact in Malaysia. Selepas final Olympic 2016, setelah ada Chong Wei menang dengan Lin Dan, saya keluar dari court, saya bicara dengan dia bahwa Chong Wei tugas belum selesai. Pas itu phone atau apa, message atau apa tak pernah selesai. Dan saya cakap Chong Wei, boleh tak itu phone bagi kurangkan. Tapi dia show kepada saya bahwa minister, prime minister, apa semua message kepada dia. Jadi, dan dia terpaksa harus menjawab. Dan saya tengok Chong Wei boleh handle semua itu. That's why kenapa dia boleh sukses sampai end of this career.
And my loving wife is here today. I want to thank my wife because I can stand in this stage. He always support me. Knowing I win or lose, he take care of my child.
In 2012, Lee married former women's singles world number 7 Wang Mu-Chu after 11 years of courtship. Wang played a pivotal role in supporting Lee's career.
I think Mu-Chu is very important to him. If without Mu-Chu encouragement, so maybe he wouldn't have this kind of result.
Family saya rasa is important, because salah satunya ya why kenapa Chong Wei boleh survive sampai umur 30 ya, 36, 37, because his family, his children, his kids always support. Sometimes itu merupakan satu apa ya? Ini satu obat yang kalau kita pun rasa tired atau apa, dan family datang, anak datang, dan suddenly wah kita happy.
In July 2018, weeks after winning what would be his last title at the Malaysia Open, 36-year-old Lee was diagnosed with nose cancer. Still harboring hopes of participating at a record 5th Olympic Games, badminton wasn't far from the mind of the warrior.
Satu karakter yang saya lihat dan mengapa dia pantas menjadi seorang legenda, bahwa saya dipanggil pada waktu itu Chong Wei sakit di Taiwan, dia melakukan treatmentnya. Pada masa itu saya dipanggil ke Taiwan untuk discuss. Dia mau fight, mau comeback untuk Olimpik pada waktu itu ya. Tetapi pada awal-awal dia comeback, struggle ya. Karena of course dia punya strength hilang, dan wife talk to me, coach, I think cannot. I say, okay, now finish, then I hope still continue life, recovery, no more badminton.
I feel sad because I know his character, that he will never retire in this way. He will never retire in this way. If he got a choice, he will never retire in this way.
He can only look back at his career with the biggest smile on his face, because more or less every player in the world would envy what he's achieved.
就是有点可惜啦，因为他当时还是能打，而且实力还是非常的强这样子。回过来就是也没有太大遗憾，因为我觉得他已经用尽他的生命去追寻这个目标了。
Respected not just for what he achieved, Lee Chong Wei showed us how to win and lose with grace and class. He taught us how to keep fighting. His story inspired millions.